I'm really interested to talk about the docs and the This Is Not a Fiction, because I think it's like such a fantastic pairing. So for that, you're pairing Heavy Metal Parking Lot from 86, I believe, and then Hated, G.G. Allen and the Murder Junkies from 93. And you know, I think it's an interesting kind of, you've got the metal and then this maybe the most extreme punk, you know, version of that, like how you thought those go together, and you know, how you kind of came to pair them.
Heavy Metal Parking Lot was big to me because I'm originally from the Baltimore, Maryland area, so I have a culture of like John Waters, Blair Witch, and, you know, Don Dollar and things like that. And Heavy Metal Parking Lot was something I saw on VHS, and it was shot in Landover, Maryland at the time. A bunch of people going to see Judas Priest and Dokken at a concert at I forget what the stadium is or whatever.
The Capitol Center.
Yeah, it was Capitol Center. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna get yelled at back home for that. But like, and it's weird because it's also on the Turbo tour for Judas Priest, which was at the time, not very beloved Judas Priest record.
What was them going into, like, trying to get a little into the hair metal scene?
Yeah, it was a little bit of that. But like, you get to see this cross-section of humanity that you didn't know exists. And by cross-section, it's just like drunk metalheads. And like, you don't get anything really insightful, but you get to see how people really are and live, or at least when they have like 10 beers in them or something like that. And for Hated, when I had talked to the Cinematheque about like doing, because like Cinematheque does a bunch of stuff. We do Bleak Week, there's Beyond Fest, there's I forget what the podcast one is called, but like we do a lot of little mini festivals throughout, and I've been involved with every one except for this one. I was like, hey, let me do a documentary one. And I pitched Heavy Metal Parking Lot, and they were already thinking about Hated. I was like, that would be a good double.
Yeah.
And I think with Hated, it's funny when you realize Todd Phillips, the guy who went on to direct Joker, this was his first movie.
Yeah.
When you think of like just weird human beings, like G.G. Allen's just an interesting guy because like he loved music and basically just kind of fell into like drugs and just being like, I'm going to be the most extreme person you're going to meet. And like, you know, if you see any kind of concerts, actually, if you watch the documentary, you just see how wild it is.
Yeah. No, the concert footage in the movie, especially the final one, at the end is like, I mean, it's as shocking as it can kind of get. And you've even been told what's going to happen, and it's still shocking to like see somebody actually, you know, take a shit on the stage and everything else the guy does.